Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are less than 2 weeks away, and the excitement for these games is real. But what will we miss from Galar? My name's Blue Emolga, and I'm here to highlight the curry cooking that won't be present in the Paldean region. So when the camp mechanics were introduced in 2019, I, along with many others, laughed at the idea of cooking curry on rice. But were we too quick to write off this mechanic? Through curries and friendship, it's possible to not only add Pokemon to your collection, but you can even find shinies. So, with Sword and Shield windows kind of closing with the release of Scarlet and Violet imminent, I took it upon myself to cook and document 100 curries, the encounters, and most importantly, the fun. So let's check it out. So I wanted to just do some cooking, shiny hunt at the same time, because why not? So I used a video by jflash727 to teach me what it is that I needed, all the prerequisites to get set. And basically you need to have, or for ideal circumstances, you need a team of 6 Pokemon that are best friends with you and best friends with each other, as well as some Pokeballs, Great Balls and Ultra Balls in your bag, berries of varying quality, and high quality food ingredients. So I have the Fruit Bunch, I'm going to be using the Fruit Bunch, and I've got a butt ton of berries of varying quality. So I've got some Enigma berries, but I've also got some just Chesto berries and Oran berries. But we're going to try and cook 100 curries and just see what happens. I'm not expecting to get any shinies, of course. I think the odds are still full odds of like 1 in 4,092, I think it is. Ignoring the shiny charm. No one knows if the shiny charm is affected or not, but it's safer to assume it's not. So you have the odds of 1 in 4,000, but you also have it to be like 1 in 5, kind of on average chance that you'll get something, even spawn. So I'm going to try and do this. All of these Pokemon in my team, all 6 of them, I have an Emolga, Zorua, Snom, Applin, Bounsweet and Shelder. They're all shiny, just coincidentally, but they're all best friends with me. You raise their friendship level by, looking after them. Cooking for them is a great way of doing it. There are also berries that raise friendship, and when you're at a high enough level of friendship, there is a kid in, I want to say it's Motorstoke. It's Hammerlock. There's a kid in Hammerlock who you can go to, talk to him, and he'll tell you, hey, you and your Pokemon are best friends. And at that point you know, because he'll give you a ribbon to put on your Pokemon, which you can get to in the same way that you'd find all the marks and all the other ribbons. So you talk to this kid here, and we'll just look at Emo here. Your best buddies, the best friend ribbon looks really good on you. So he tells you immediately, yeah, you're best friends. You then have to make them friends with each other, and that's a lot harder. It's the same method, it just takes a lot longer. And so you would do that in the Pokemon camp. You raise their friendship. You can call over 2 Pokemon at once in the camp, and you can then speak to 2 Pokemon. When you're doing that, it will sometimes pop up telling you how they feel about each other, and eventually you will get, they appear to be best friends, or words to that effect. And you get, I think it's like 5 hearts above each of their heads. So rather than making sure that they were all best friends, because some of these had never been in my party, the Shelder and the Bounsweet had never been in my party, nor had the Applin, I made sure that those were the Pokemon I was calling over to see how they felt, because if they were best friends and they were starting from scratch, then everyone else should be best friends, just in theory. And it seems to work. I've been able to get a few Pokemon to spawn for me whilst testing this out. So there we go. I had a Hattrem and a Rookidee, both curry connoisseurs, which is the mark you'll get when you get a curry hunt Pokemon. We're now set to actually go and cook curries. Now, Pokemon don't spawn in every location when you're cooking curries. You don't get anything in the wild area, the Isle of Armor, or the Crown Tundra. And then not every other route I think does. But what I'm looking for, I'm going to the Glimwood Tangle. I love the Glimwood Tangle. I think it's one of the nicest areas in the game. So I might as well do it there, right? Now we'll probably split it up and do some cooking like on Route 2, Route 1 as well. But for starters, we're going to make our first batch of curries here. If I can find my way around. So I just like this little patch of grass here. And it's then Pokemon Camp. We'll wake up Zoroark, Snow. I don't remember why he's called Snow, but he is. So we'll call over Zoroark, and we'll call over Shelder. Just to check, we'll speak to 2 Pokemon. Snow and Jenga seem to be best friends. So we know that our team is friendly. We can start cooking. Now this is the fun bit. This is the bit that will get exhausting. Now I only have 2 different types of premium ingredients. I have 1 boiled egg and 572 fruit bunches. So we're going to start with a boiled egg just because, and we're just going to throw in 10 cherry berries. Now what you want to do is you want to get the flame to its second biggest size by hammering the A button. Any further than that and the curry will start boiling. Now I do find it quite difficult to get the curry, to get the flame to that second highest, especially when this seemingly isn't picking up every button press that I'm doing. Just hammering away at the A button. There we go, that's the size you want. There's 1 prop from Zoroark. Ideally I'd want 2 there. Then we'll just stir it till we get steam and sparkles coming out. We're aiming for Copper Raja class. You can also, like, it'll work with any class of curry, is what I learned from JFlash727's video. But for what we're going for, we're looking for Copper Raja or Charizard. Threw that a bit too early, but that should be our first one on our counter. This should be Copper Raja class. It's very rare to find that I'm not getting Copper Raja. I'm sure in this I will cook a few Milcery class, including potentially this one. Off to a great start. Off to an absolute banging start. Was that only Milcery again, or is that Copper Raja? That's Copper Raja that time. Yeah, there we go. That's what we were after. So with Copper Raja, the odds that something will appear are 1 in 5. So we've got nothing, but that's fine. We'll go again. I love the GameCube controller. I love that all the buttons are different shapes and sizes. I love the clicky C-stick. Let's see, do we get our first encounter of this 100? So that's Copper Raja class again. And no visitor on average. Oh, we got Copper Raja class. Amazing. You have the Split Pad Pro, don't you, Strife? No visitor. How good's my curry? Our Copper Raja class, not Copper Raja class, Charizard class again. Back to back great curries. This is going really good, Ducky. I hit 600 followers. I get to make curries. I don't get any visitors to my campsite. Hey, we have a Sinistea. That's our first encounter. Oh no, still Copper Raja. Still Copper Raja. We're still good. That's 7 curries. Hey, and we have another Sinistea. We got 2 Sinesteas now. So, I cooked 100 curries, but I'm not going to show you 100 curries. That would take too long, and no one really wants to see that. What we want to know is what happened and what does it mean. So, let's have a look. So here's a breakdown of the 100 curries that I cooked. We had 85 Copperajah class, 3 Milcery class, and 12 Charizard class. And as for the encounters, we got no encounters for the Milcery class in those 3. Not that surprising. We got 14 encounters at Copperajah class in those 85, and we got 3 encounters at Charizard class. Now, the Charizard class is kind of in keeping with the assumed encounter rate there of 1 in 4. But I found that Copperajah class only got me 14 encounters in 85 curries, and that's just over 1 in 6 as opposed to the 1 in 5 that had been kind of floated around. Now obviously I'm working on a smaller sample size, so it probably is nearer that 1 in 5, but for me it was 1 in 6. Now how does that affect things in the long run, and what should you look at doing? So the base shiny rate is 1 in 4096, and I found that Charizard class was giving me encounters 1 in every 4 curries, which would put it at kind of around 16,000 to find a shiny, whereas Copperajah class I was getting 1 in 6 encounter rate, making it 1 in 24,500 curries on average being shiny. So to me, I kind of look at that as it's a lot more beneficial to find those good berries, use those good berries to get the Charizard class, because if you're going for a shiny, it's going to take you on average 8,000 curries more to get a shiny with Copperajah class than with Charizard class. And that's kind of where I got to. So thank you for watching, thank you for following along all the way here to the end. I'm going to just add one clip here at the end, which is my Hoot Hoot encounter I somehow managed to run away from. Thanks for sticking around. I'll be back with a lot more content when Scarlet and Violet drop in less than 2 weeks now. Be sure to drop a subscribe and a like if you can, it'd be very much appreciated. And I'll see you next time. And again, thanks to JFlash727 for the video, and to Glitch for all the music. Bye. Hey, we have a Hoot Hoot. There we go, it's about time. It's not shiny, but that's finey. Wait, no, I sent it back. Goodbye, Hoot Hoot. At least it wasn't shiny, hey? Oh. Yep. Dum dum.